Howdy folks, High Value DMD. Don't just give me your subscription, but please let me earn it. Let me earn your like and let me earn your comment. I have a bit of a red pill for you guys, or perhaps it is borderline black pill. And that is the simple fact that yes it does. Yes, money does buy happiness. A lot of people, I believe, are coping with themselves when they try to perpetuate the idea that money doesn't buy happiness, money doesn't make you happy. I will say that long-lasting joy in your life, the purpose in your life, comes from God. I will say that. That's a theological discussion that can be had. Who you are, what you represent, what your destiny is, and where you're going after you pass away. You know, those are theological discussions, and that's what gives you joy in your life. And that is lasting. I will say happiness is indeed fleeting, it seems. Being married, I know that, right? You see people that are sad, or happy, depressed, excited, all of those things. But I will say that it seems to me that the people that are, on average, less happy are the people that struggle with money, that have less money. My wife and I, we live in a modest apartment, in a gated community, I might add, but a modest apartment nonetheless, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. I make 6 figures a year. We don't stress about money. Granted, we do drive very, very modest cars. I'm a doctor in my 20s and I drive a minivan. My wife drives a paid-off Hyundai. Our cars are less than 4 years old, so they're decent cars, but they're modest cars. This apartment, it's in a nice community, but it is it is a modest apartment. Our spending is under control. We don't eat out that much, but what we have done is take some nice trips. We've gone to Yellowstone National Park and Grand Teton National Park. We've gone up to Seattle and seen Mount Rainier in Olympic National Park. We rented a convertible car up there. That was a ton of fun. We've been to England and we've been to Sweden. We're planning ski trips this coming ski season. As I speak, there's snow falling up in New Mexico. I'm super stoked for that. The common denominator between all of these things, right? This nice apartment that I'm living in, this nice area, all the trips that I've taken, all of those things take money. No doubt about it. I'm out here in the western United States, out here in the middle of the desert. The fact is, we are happier when we get out of town, when we go explore things. We are happier when we take those trips. We are happier living in this apartment, in this gated community, than we would be over in the hood, let's be honest, man, amongst some other shack houses. We're happier. We are happier that we're not living like just paycheck to paycheck, stretching out our credit cards like most Americans are. It's unfortunate, but most Americans are living this lifestyle based on credit cards, having a $700 plus a month car payment, and they're miserable. But they're trying to use money they don't have in order to be happy. Right? They're chasing those lifestyle upgrades in order to be happy. And meanwhile, we have an abundance of money. It's not just like we're not a 1% family. We're not 1% people, but my income is up there compared to others, but we live a relatively modest lifestyle, and we're happy because of it. We're happy because of it. And our luxuries that we're spending on are these vacations that we have taken. I'm highly considering upgrading my ride into a Lexus SUV. We'll see. We're going to go back, see our family, go back to our old stomping grounds, at least my old stomping grounds. We may see. I don't know. All of it takes money, folks. That's just the reality of it. And so the people that are saying, well, you don't need that much money to be happy. You don't need all that stuff. I think that's interesting because everybody is chasing something. Everybody has hobbies. Everybody has things that they want to do. How many times have you heard somebody saying, man, I wish I could drive that car, or man, I wish I could take that trip one day? People all the time are saying, I wish statements or I hope statements, and those things can only come true depending on how much moolah you got, man. How many simoleons you have in the bank, dude. So you're either going to do one of two things. You're going to manage your expectations, keep them nice and low, and you're going to hope beyond hope and wait 30 years and save until you can finally do it. Or you're going to go and go get the skills that you need to increase that income, to boost that income up, to go get what you want to get, man. This life is fleeting. It is. You know, I may only have 50 more years on this earth if I'm lucky. Like, I don't know, cancer may take me out when I'm 45. Who knows what this life has to offer? Or when your time is finally up and you have to go meet God. Nobody knows. And I have joy in my faith in knowing who I am and who my God is. But I want some nice things. I want some nice things. And really more importantly, it's for my wife and my future kids. I want to provide some things for them to make life that much more comfortable, that much more pleasurable for them. You know, I've got a dream, and I would love to have a 1,000-acre ranch with exotic game animals on it, with Watusi cattle, with longhorns, with game animals like oryx and black buck antelope, and all these things, man. That's such a luxury hobby to have, you know. And that level of lifestyle, that takes money, dude. And that's reaching for the stars, but that's how I play, man. That's how I roll. I'm not going to just sit here in this little one bath apartment for the rest of my days. No, sir. No, sirree. On this ridge line over here, I'm looking at $1.5 million, $2 million houses. You know, it's about 300 yards away. And so I'm looking up at them. They're on this hill area. And I want that, man. I want to be up there one day. I don't want to be down here my whole life. I'm shooting for up there. And what would make me happy is I'm imagining the family I could have, the family gatherings that we could have, and all fellowship up there in that house. It's not the house itself. It's not the way people would view me, but it's the experiences. You know, it's those fellowship opportunities, like these trips. It's not about people looking at us on Instagram over in Sweden. No, man, it's about those priceless memories that we spent over there. And we traveled with family members over there. There were some ups and downs, I will say, but those are cherished, priceless memories. Money enabled us to get on a plane to go over to England and to go see Plymouth and to go see Stockholm, Sweden, and to go experience London, and we got to stay in a nice hotel. It took $250 a night to stay in that nice hotel, and let me tell you, the breakfast was immaculate, high-end breakfast, and we enjoyed that. My whole life, my family has been blue-collar and has fought and scraped for everything they had, and they've put me in this situation. They helped get me to where I'm at, and I put in some hard work to get to dental school, and I put in the hard work to get the wife that I've got, and here we are, dude. Here we are. I'm happier than I would be if I was in squalor down there, living by the border, okay? We live in a gated community up here in El Paso. I don't have to explain that. Money does buy happiness. That is all there is to it. So what I suggest to you, if you're watching this, you got to put in the hard work, man. You can't sit on the couch and just resign yourself to your nowhere dead-end job, dude. You got to go and get the skills, whatever you have to do. That was my thought process. I will do whatever I have to do, ethically and legally, of course, whatever I have to do to get to dental school, and whatever I have to do to graduate dental school. Because I knew I was going to punch that ticket, man, and that ticket was my way out of humdrum average life, dude. I've got family members that went to college that did these stupid useless degrees like history degrees or global studies degrees, and you know what? That was the ticket to the average freaking life, dude. That was the ticket to honestly downward mobility. That wasn't even anything to maintain the lifestyle that was provided for us by our parents. That was backwards mobility. And I think, man, part of the United States is upward mobility, doing better than your parents did. But that takes hard work. Not everybody wants to do that part. Not that W word, man. W-O-R-K, work. That's what it takes. Tirelessly. Striving. And here I am. And I'm about to do more of it, man. I'm about to sign up for 4 more years of it. Hard labor, baby. I'm going to oral maxillofacial surgery residency in just a couple months. I'm going to get off this camera and I'm going to go and I'm going to study getting ready for that. And I won't be ready for it no matter how much I put in, how much time I put in. I could be a little bit more ready, but I won't. It's a lot different than the dental office, man. The hospital, it's a different ball game. That's not my turf, but I'm going in there and I'm going to put in the hard work. And the idea is I leave there as an oral surgeon, able to get up in one of these houses I'm looking at right now. Those are the surgeons, those are the physicians, those are the businessmen. Probably some illicit, illegal activity careers involved in those, but I'm looking at them right now, and that's where I'm going. Laser focus, baby. Money, it does buy happiness. That's all there is to it. So with that, I hope I earned your subscription. I hope I earned your like, and I hope I earned your comment. Let me know what you think below. Until next time.